Hi everyone, thanks for checking out another InfoSec Hub video, and today it's story time. Usually we be very to the point, very orientated towards a subject, but today it's story time, but still with a twist of information security. So here I'm from the Netherlands, and currently I'm recording close to the German border. There is a cyber bunker. If you like your history just the way I like history, is there was a period in time that we had a Cold War going on between the East and the West, and as a result of that, in strategic places here in Europe, certain bunkers were put together. Could be for communications, could be for strategic placement of weapons. Whatever NATO did to strategically put up defenses for the West, and namely Europe. America was involved, the Netherlands, Germany, like NATO states here in Europe were involved. But as the Cold War drew to an end in the early 90s with the fall and the collapse of the Soviet Union, we still had these bunkers. And nobody really knew what to do with them. So it's quite expensive to demolish them. So they didn't. They just left them. And when you have a bunker, extraordinary things can happen. So we have a cyber bunker in Zeeland, which is a Dutch province, and we had one in North Rhine-Westphalia, Germany, which is bordering the Dutch border. So you have Holland here, Germany is to the west, to the east, I should say, sorry, and the most western province of Germany is North Rhine-Westphalia. So here we have a picture of a NATO bunker in the Netherlands, I suppose. It's a very small picture, but I have better pictures here. This is the inside of the bunker in Germany, and you can see a server rack there. So you can imagine a bunker is either underground or it is on land. And this one in Germany apparently was underground, so under an existing structure. So here you have a server rack. Hundreds of servers can be placed in there if you have a good internet connection. This is one of the workplaces that they made pictures of during the raid of this bunker. So you can see people were living here, actually had all kind of monitors, all kind of stuff going on, but you can still see the confines and the kind of layout of the bunker as is, but now it's used for a different purpose. This is Holland, something with companies that were involved in it. Here you have the cyber bunker. So under this, how should I say, this structure, this building, under it, there is the bunker. And this was a military structure that was of the German army. And under this structure is the location of the bunker. So what we saw earlier, this one should be the Dutch one, because there are two ones. One is from Holland, one is from Germany. So this above ground should be the Dutch one. And let's see what else we got. Here we got the cyber bunker. This is the one from the Netherlands. And when we go, yeah, here it is in the Netherlands. The one you saw it earlier here. Yeah. So this is from the Netherlands, and this is the one from Germany itself, I suppose. So what can you do with a cyber bunker? Of course, it was used as a host for the Pirate Bay, which was, of course, I'm from 85, so I still remember the days when we did torrenting and we did illegal downloads of the internet, because that was the thing to do, especially in the early 2000s, before all those streaming services came about. It also, at a certain point, hosted WikiLeaks mirrors. We all remembered the footage that came out that was leaked from confidential sources. Copies were made, and WikiLeaks was very difficult to take down. You need a secure place to host those kind of servers that offer those kind of services to the internet, because it's classified information that you are leaking to the public. And WikiLeaks itself used these bunkers probably in the beginning, and afterwards they moved to a military abandoned a military um, complex in Norway or Sweden, Scandinavia. So also the CyberBunker has been accused of spammers and command and control servers. So when you release spyware or malware, it's just running in the background of your computer waiting for commands. And these command and control servers then send messages to all the infected clients, and from there you can start a DDoS attack or anything like that. And I think it said here what's going on. Just a second. Yes, police later said that the bunker was the location from which in late 2016 denial of service attack on Deutsche Telekom, which is T-Mobile, which is for America, Pacific Bell, or I don't know any providers from the United States, but they basically did a massive DDoS attack on the communications technology. The main provider. You have several ones, but they probably all buy their resources from this one. So they basically cut down that communications network. Because everything is internet connected now, they had quite some things going on. It's very interesting to read about it. If the CyberBunker, this Wikipedia page is in English. So we have Pirate Bay, WikiLeaks, and a lot of shady stuff happened inside these bunkers. And this is also the early days of the internet, and I regard that the first decade of the 21st century, like 2000 to 2010, is still the early days of the internet in my experience. It was when internet became more and more mainstream, and the technology was getting more and more available because of open source, because of knowledge being shared on forums, or more and more people could read and get the interest of the technique that is behind it. And if you want to do some shady stuff, or you want to host servers that are providing websites to the darknet, for instance, like what could be better than a Cold War era bunker? Because you are in such a defensive place. If you lock the front door, you can't get through. I mean, maybe even when a tank directly shoot at the bunker, nothing will happen. This is you're so secure, you're so safe. And then on the other side, you can make sure that you stay untraceable, basically, on the internet. So for me, it always had a big fascination about these kind of things, and the kind of people that are, accustomed to this stuff. Let's see, where is it? No, this one. Let's go back. You have no idea what kind of stuff went on here, but it has something out of a sci-fi movie, but it really happened. And when you see the kind of equipment that they bring, there are thousands and thousands of euros involved in equipment. But I'm sure they had operations running that, they made a lot of money, and made sure that they stay ahead of law enforcement. And it took quite a long time. I mean, this is from the early 2000s to mid 2000s, and when there is a raid in 2016, because DDoS attacks were fired at the largest telecom provider in Germany, for instance. It takes a lot of time for law enforcement to really gather enough information that would justify a raid like that. And that's always fascinating to me. I'm not rooting for the attackers. I'm not rooting for law enforcement. I'm just looking at it from a neutral standpoint, that you have the location, you have the servers, you have the knowledge, and see what's all possible. If you stay hidden, you can even get a container and put it in the ground. As long as you have a stable internet connection, you're not traceable. I mean, you can go a long way. Anyway, this is a storytelling moment, and I wanted to share this with you guys. I don't know if you ever heard about this concept, but this is a thing that happens in the Netherlands and in Germany. I think nowadays, 2023, where we live in right now, is I think it doesn't exist no more. And I think those kind of places are guarded, or the door is barricaded, so you cannot go in no more. I don't think they're demolished because it costs a lot of money. And on the other side, you know, in this day and age, with this war going on in the east of Europe, who knows, these bunkers might be used again. You don't know that. But in the days after the collapse of the Soviet Union, I would say, and China in the early 90s not being a threat yet, these bunkers were abandoned. And there were whole groups, the first, second generation cyber criminals, who use these bunkers because they think it's just the best spot where to launch these criminal activities from. So hope you was interested in this story. There's lots of things online about the CyberBunker. If you are interested in it, please go ahead and read it, and let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we hope to catch you guys in the next video.